All right. Hey, Nicole. Good morning. I'm sleepy this morning. How you doing? Good morning, Tracy. Hey, Jackie. Good morning, Sarah. Hi, Rachel. Good morning, Rosa. Hi, Megan. I'm tired too. Super tired. Hi, Sarah. Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, Christine and Aaron and Denise. It is 8:30 a.m. Are you new, Tracy? Hi, Krista. Hi, Carrie. I was still in bed. Hi, Rose. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I'm super tired this morning. Let's do some smudgies. Let's start with that. Here's my little bag. I don't know. Where are you at, Tracy? Okay. So Sarah's over. You're in Colorado, right, Sarah? Good morning. Hi, Crystal. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Freddie. All right. So everyone is a general consensus if it's morning that we're tired. You're very tired? Okay. I was wondering, I just woke up with my period, so I was like, all right, is my exhaustion a collective tap in or is it just, you know, my lady business? But that helps me, so thank you. That assists me. Good morning, Janelle. Good morning. Hi, everybody on TikTok, and welcome if you're new. All right, cool. I think maybe Tracy, are you usually on Instagram? I don't know. I just haven't seen your name. Maybe I'm just forgetting. Hey, Becky. Yep. So one of those mornings. Well, okay. So the interesting thing is, and I had a few people. I have everything going right. Okay, I do. I had a few people ask me this question last week, and I was like, "That's funny," because I haven't had that question come up in a while. And we're like, "What question, Sarah?" I'll get there. The question about when your cycle aligns with the new moon versus the full moon. And I was just thinking about it, but I have what's been happening with me, which is, I think, weird, but I've been noticing it, is that my cycles now tend to sync up with what I have planned to do energetically. So, for example, I noticed this way back in August because I was a new moon. I was a new moon period person, like straight up, like exactly like I would do the new moon call with you guys and like end that call and boom, I would have my period. It was like every single time. And then I had that Lionsgate event. And the Lionsgate event was on new moon. So I just knew that I was going to have that Lionsgate event and get my period, but I did not. I got it 1 week prior so that I was actually at my peak, like really good energy for doing that event. And I'm thinking about it now, and I have a lot going on next weekend because I'm actually doing in-person readings with you guys on Small Business Saturday at House of Yoga. And so I'm like, okay, maybe it's switching again because I'm early. It's switching again so that my energy is where it needs to be. So yeah, exactly. So I've noticed that with me. Other people have been noticing it as well, and that it keeps switching back and forth. So try and like if you want to, if this is interesting to you, just like pay attention to what you have going on in like life energetically when your cycle switches, because I think it would be interesting to track that to see if your body is like actually kind of reading the room, so to speak, because usually that's not the way it is for me. So keep switching. So yeah, it's a lot of big energy though, and I'm also finding that my dreams have been a lot more intense and very. Oh wait, hold on. Let me just pause. I'm getting a thing. Okay, so what I'm getting is that, do you know how on a regular radio, like the old regular kind of radio, AM, FM radio, you in order to tune into a station, you kind of go back and forth a few times before you get a clear signal. That's what's happening with a lot of us right now energetically. And if you're a woman who is still cycling with your menstrual cycle, it affects that greatly. But everybody's still experiencing the switch, and it's energetic. So it's a tuning in, is what I'm hearing. So you will you'll experience that with your cycles, of course, if you're a woman who has cycles. But if you're not, you're still experiencing it because it's a tuning in. It's one of the things that happens energetically. So um I'm just curious, like, how long it's gonna be. Because for me, I know it's been at least 6 months, that I've really noticed it. Uh, okay, it's gonna be different for everybody, and it's just a recalibration, but what's gonna end up happening is, um, every time there's a massive energetic shift, you can expect some sort of inconsistency in your cycles. And it's really important for you to pay attention to that and not to push yourself beyond what your body is saying it wants to do and like feels good doing. Like really pay attention to what your body wants to eat. Pay attention to resting right now. Um, and of course, energy, which we talk about all the time. So, if you haven't heard me talk about that, your energetic diet is incredibly important. And that includes the people that you interact with. It includes what you intake from social media, what you watch on television, the music you listen to. Like all of those things really matter, especially when you're so wide open and receiving all these upgrades, because you can't actually receive an upgrade fully if you're closed up like this, right? So in order to like really receive fully, you have to open. And in order to be open, you have to receive the energies around you. So if your space, your personal bubble is cluttered up with a bunch of junk energy, you're going to then that's going to affect you even more. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of the energy that you have around you. Okay, that makes sense. That makes me feel a little better. Okay. Okay. Well, here's something interesting about this morning. Um, and I guess all of this is the Sagittarius season update. You know how I'm always using this deck with you guys, right? To do sensory card pulls. And sometimes I use the Earth Magic deck, but I usually use one of like those two decks are the ones I've been doing the sensory card pulls with. So I was in my closet earlier, and there is a deck in there that I haven't touched, and I don't honestly know how long, but it just like screamed at me. It was in this pouch, this delightful pouch, up in my closet. Talking about clearing out your closet, right? So I pulled it out, and it's a tarot deck. The name escapes me, but maybe some of you will know what it is. It'll come to me like much later when I'm totally off of this live video, and then I'll be able to tell you what it is. But anyway, it's an actual tarot deck, and I just had to laugh because my OG tarot deck, like the first tarot deck I ever had, is actually at my friend Jen's house right now. And I saw it when I was there the other day, and it was like, hey. And I was like, no, I don't even want to touch you. And now here we are. So this is interesting. So quick understanding with me in tarot. I don't read tarot cards traditionally, and when I got the my first tarot deck, that was one of the first decks that when I started using it, it started just kind of speaking to me, and I started feeling like, "Oh, I'm getting these messages through." And it really was a tool that like really bolstered my abilities and like moved me into the next level. So when I do like using this deck with you guys or any of these decks, I choose them because they feel good to me and I can have a communication with them. So when I pull a card for you, like if it's the truth card, it's not always going to be the same message and I don't use the book. Now with the tarot, it's even more interesting because every time I look at the card, so much information comes through. I haven't been using them because it hasn't resonated with me to do that. But this morning, we're going to do sensory card pulls with my tarot deck. So this should be really interesting. Don't remember how long it's been since I've used it, but like it's got to be probably a year. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it was a year. So big energy shifts. Big energy shifts. So let's just talk real quick about Sagittarius season and what that means. Okay. We're moving from a fixed water into fire. Okay. So, for those of you who have been in the Scorpio muckety muck, and that's me, and it's a lot of you guys, especially those of you with Scorpio and Taurus placements. This has been like, whew, but pretty much everybody has been in it during Scorpio season. Okay. And there's a reason for that. There is a reason why it was really not a sexy Scorpio season. And that's because this year is all about getting the hard stuff done, clearing out the crap so that when you move into next year, you're ready, you're light, you're loose, you're energized, and you've released all the things that you no longer need to be carrying. So, think about the element of water and think about Scorpio. I like to call Scorpio like the fire water sign because it is a little spicy, right? But diving deep down into the depths can be very difficult. And think about it as you dive deeper and deeper and deeper, what happens? The pressure becomes more and more and more on your physical body and on your energy, right? As you dive deep, 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 deep. And if you weren't prepared for this deep dive, you know, you weren't ready for that. You didn't know. You just didn't fucking know. You were like, I don't know what happened. We're just gonna have Scorpio season. It's gonna be so fun. It's like, no, you're gonna go really, really down deep in there. Now, a lot of you guys have been really paying so much attention to the work that you need to be doing to release. And so when you've taken this deep dive during Scorpio season, most of you were able to find down in there these gems that you were able to bring back up. And right now is your resurfacing. Okay. So you're coming out of the water. What have you found in the deep depths of like your subconscious and all of your traumas and the things you didn't want to deal with? What did you come out with from Scorpio season? Really think about that because it was not nothing. It's a big deal. And I don't think it was probably very subtle either, but you went down, you got the gift, you came back up. Now we're going to take a deep breath and it's going to be more fiery and it's going to help dry us off a little bit. We won't feel so soggy. And this is the week where that Sagittarius bow is pulled back and we're aiming. So, what you need to think about now is what did you find during Scorpio season that is going to assist you on bringing your self worth up as massive as possible so that when you aim this arrow this week, when you aim this arrow, you're not saying, oh, let me aim for this low hanging fruit here because I'm more likely to hit it. You're saying, that looks like a wonderful galaxy. Let me just shoot my arrow as far as it can go. Really feel into that for yourself because this is not the time to be modest and play small. This entire year has been forging you. Like, basically, it's been like the murder of all of the things that you no longer need and the rebirth of all of the things that you are and have always been. Feel into that. You need that self-confidence now. You need to be able to say, yeah, this is what's up. This is what I'm doing. And again, you don't need to have specifics. You don't need to say like, this is my 10-step plan, Virgos. You don't need that right now. What you need is to stay this course and keep your self-confidence as high as freaking possible. Sagittarius season has started with a bit of a clearing as far as the energy. It felt lighter yesterday, and now you'll notice it's a little heavier today. This is going to be a little bit of a not a little bit. It's going to be very tumultuous as a season. Okay. Collectively speaking, December is always kind of rocky because holidays and general feelings about things, and then the new year coming. But, but it's different this time. So we're riding waves. They're fiery waves. We're reaching as high as humanly possible for us, and we're removing limitations that we did not need to have in the first place that were gifted us by other people's fears and projections. Okay, we're releasing that. Now, we are moving into, and we're in between eclipses, so we're in the window, right? We're moving into the new moon and the total solar eclipse. Okay, and that we'll talk about when we get there, but that's going to be huge because it's going to basically solidify and like stamp on us the what is this? It's like the, I don't know. It's going to bring all of your pieces in together, and they're going to be cohesive, and they're going to be really, really strong. It's going to solidify all of the loose moving parts for you, should you so choose. So, no big deal. We knew that this was going to be a thing. A reminder of some dates that had come through in channeling. Whenever that was, we did it. I think December 6th, December 5th or 6th was something that was coming through. So kind of keep that date out there. And as far as, yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's what's happening. It's Sagittarius season. We'll be talking about it all week. If you have not yet connected with the full moon and eclipse call, go do it. It's not one of those things where if we're out of the full moon and eclipse windows, it's not worth doing. I'm not doing my calls like that anymore. So, in fact, there's going to be some shifts happening with that naturally. It's December. Sarah's about to change everything. But when you're in Inner Sanctum, you have access to two moon calls. I was calling them moon magic calls. I've shifted them and made them channeling plus ritual calls because while we are moving with the moon cycles and doing the calls during the potency of them, that's more now to channel that energy through during that high peak. All of the calls, like from the for a few months now, but moving forward, do them whenever because they are still going to have a lot of meaning for you whenever you get to them. So even if like you join Inner Sanctum today and you've never done a moon call before, I would highly suggest that you go back and do a few of them and have those exercises under your belt and have those upgrades and that energy connecting with you because I'm pulling in, guys, I'm pulling in big energy during those calls. Those like I'm not going to say like at this point they don't blast me like they used to, but they get higher and higher and higher in frequency as we move through. So definitely make sure that you're getting that energy and getting those upgrades because it really helps to attune yourself to these new frequencies. So you'll find that in the Moon Magic tab in the app if you are a BFF member of Inner Sanctum. And I will be releasing after this call the Black Friday deals that I'm gonna have through the end of the month for you guys, so that you can get in on that. I'm not gonna tell you what they are yet, but I'm sending them out. So check my Instagram for that, or check the app for that. All right, are you guys ready? There was a comment that I wanted to see about I missed it. There it goes. Embrace love energy. Dreams of Gaia. Tara's been calling. Okay, that's what this is. It's Dreams of Gaia. Thank you so much for that. All right, so if you are new and haven't been to Coffee and Magic before, welcome. We're about to do sensory card pulls, and so I'm going to give you 3 things, and you choose whatever resonates most with you. And then I'm going to pull a card, and for each one, and then you'll get your message for this Monday. So let's be really intentional today, guys. So take a moment and set your intention. What information do you want to receive? What energy do you want to connect to right now? If you have any questions, like, send them out there. Don't ask them, but send them out there. Hold that in your frequency. All right. Everyone take a nice deep breath in. Let it go. All right. We're doing elements this morning. So things that connect to elements. The first one, for some reason, is a mountain, even though that seems like not an element, but that's what it is. So the first is a mountain. So mountain, ocean, like a big ceremonial fire is what it looks like. So fire, mountain, ocean, fire, and what is this? Desert. And a desert. Okay, so whatever that is, it's not really elements, but anyway, mountain, ocean, fire, or desert. What are you feeling this morning? Because that's a weird bunch of things, but drop it in the comments. Drop whichever one you're most resonating with this morning. Mountain, ocean, fire, or desert. Yeah, why am I doing 4? That's so weird. Wow. I guess I am doing 4. I never do 4. What's happening this morning? You guys. That's weird. It is 4. So mountain, ocean, fire, or desert. We're doing 4 this morning. So drop it in the comments, my friend. Oh yeah, I did. I did choose elements. Yeah, wow, this is going to be my Sagittarius moon. It's like, here we go. All right. Ocean with a sprinkle of fire. All right. This should be very interesting. I'm very interested to see what the hell's about to go on this morning here. Okay. All right. If you're just joining us, we're about to start the sensory card pulls. You're choosing from 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 different things. It's mountain, fire, ocean, or desert. You don't have to pick just one, but it might be that we're supposed to, everybody needs to have just all of them, but this is the game we're playing, so that's fine. Just kind of open whatever you picked, obviously we'll have emphasis, but just kind of open yourself to the idea that possibly there's messages you need all of these things. So we'll see. All right. You guys ready? Woo. All right. So the first one is mountain. Again, you're choosing from mountain, ocean, fire, desert, which is resonating with you. All right. Here comes Mountain. Okay. All right, where's my YouTube? Okay, sorry guys. All right, so if you chose Mountain, this is for you. It's an earth element. It's the 10 of earth, which is kind of, this is going to be interesting. I see already. You want to see that card? These are such beautiful cards. It's from the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck. And again, I'm going to tell you that I do not use tarot cards in the traditional sense. I use them as a jumping off point for my intuitive hits. So if you're very well versed in tarot, feel very free to also take and interpret the meaning based on what your understanding is. But that's not what I'm doing. So if you chose Mountain and you got the 10 of earth, here's your message for today. It's time to take off your mask. Okay? It's time to take off all of the things that have been hiding who you actually are. And for some of you, that's going to mean understanding why you've been wearing the mask for the first place. In other words, it's not possible to take it off unless you understand why you no longer need it and why you did need it. So taking the time to ask yourself, why were you doing that? Why were you wearing something over yourself that prevented others from seeing you as you truly are and filtered the way that you perceive the world around you? And once you understand that, are you ready now to take off that mask and to see clearly and to be perceived clearly, whatever that means? So if you chose Mountain, this is your season to completely step in to your truth of being and in alignment with that, understanding how you got here, understanding why you've been hiding, and then saying, I'm ready now to move into the next phase. Okay, so that's your Mountain message. Again, that's the 10 of earth from this deck. Okay. For some reason, I need to write that down. Hold on a second. That never happens. So weird. This is a weird day on Coffee and Magic. All right. All right, so that was your Mountain. Next up, we have Ocean. It would be funny if it was the water element, right? All right, my ocean people, are you ready? It's a water element. Okay, wait, I'm so bad at Roman numerals. Let me just make sure this is a 9. It is. Okay, so this is the 9 of water. If you're translating this to traditional tarot, this would be cups. A 9 of water, and the 10 of earth would be 10 of pentacles. Sorry, I should have said that. So this is the water card, which I think is, I kind of see what's happening now, but we'll see as we move through. This is your ocean card. So this is your message for those of you who picked ocean, okay? This is not an easy energy to be in, the energy that you're in right now. If you picked ocean, Scorpio season for you was extra intense, most likely, and you're still not quite out of that murky, watery depths. Here's what you need to know about what's going on with you right now. You're going to find your lightness, your like the sense of levity to allow you to rise up, that is going to come from within you. Okay. So, in order to start feeling into different energy and not feeling so heavy and weighed down by everything that's kind of come up during Scorpio season for you, it's an opening of your heart center to reveal your own inner light so that you can get bolstered back up. So, this is something that you need to do. This is kind of an action. And it's like waking up in the morning and saying, I'm not going to go like this today. I'm going to go like this today. Even if it feels uncomfortable, most of the times it does, but you're going to wake up in the morning and instead of going like this, you're going to go like this, because in order to receive, you have to also open yourself to get that light in and to allow that light to come out. Okay, so it's not an external process for you right now at all, and it's not about what other people can give you to assist you. You need to do you now. This is your time. So, this energy that you're in that you don't like can last for as long as you don't do your work. Okay. So, the moment that you decide, okay, instead of being like this, I'm doing this, it's shifting for you. So, it could be this morning, it could be tomorrow morning, maybe it was yesterday, I don't know. But if you chose ocean, it comes from inside of you. It is not external. So stop looking for someone else to fix this for you. And again, nothing to fix, just a new movement. It's an opening of this. Okay? You write this one down. This is the 9 water. Okay. Next was fire. I'm seriously going to geek out if each one of these 4 cards is a different element. I don't know what the chances are of that, but I'm going to geek out if it does. What do you guys think? Nicole says, way to call me out. Sorry, Nicole. Happy Monday. All right, fire people. And again, when I saw it, it was like a really large, like ceremonial type of fire. Okay, so it is not a fire card. It is not a fire card, so we should just know that. It is another water card, and it's the 8 of water, or the 8 of cups. Well, if you chose fire, it's likely because you've had enough water, that's one thing, but this is a really massive, massive energetic upgrade that has occurred for you. And again, remember, this is very collective. It feels like all 4 are for everybody in some way, shape, or form. This is connecting to the 1111 portal energy when the Sirius energy came through. And it's connecting with that, and it's connecting with all of your energetic centers, and you're being so utterly changed, and you've been being so utterly changed since that 11/11 date, that it's almost like parts of your being, it's probably felt like during Scorpio season, especially by Scorpio season, that parts of your being don't even like feel like you anymore, and you're just like, what's happened, and will I be going back to normal? The answer is no, because there is no normal anymore. There's different set points, and your set point has been so quickly raised up that it's natural to feel a little bit disoriented with that. This card, for those of you who picked fire, but this is like, again, this happened to everybody. This is reminding you that all of this that's happening is to prepare like your literal body, like literally, like your actual body. Um, it's preparing you to be able to hold all of these big energies coming in. I was telling my friend last night that it feels like the universe forgot to ask me to say when it started like pouring all this shit, pouring all the upgrades and stuff at me and like all of things in life. And I was like, it's kind of like the universe forgot to ask me to say when. So it just keeps pouring. And then when I start complaining and be like, I'm super full, you're drowning me, the universe is like, just get a bigger vessel so I can keep pouring. Okay. And that's kind of what's happening. Our vessels are getting bigger so we can hold more energy. And of course, there's going to be growing pains with that because it's not like our vessels are getting bigger over the course of 6 years. It's like 6 minutes, right? So just understand what's happening now is pretty freaking huge. It's never happened this fast before. It's never been this big and loud. And it's also never been this physical, right? So many of us, right, over, just life in general, like, why are you into magic? Why does magic make you excited? Why does working with energy get you all interested? Why are you intrigued by this? We're so intrigued by the things that we don't fully understand and can't see and tangibly touch, right? Anything that we can't perceive with our basic senses, we're intrigued by, curious about, and not sure if it exists. We're moving into a space now where the perception of energy is changing and we are understanding that it does exist. And so, as we do that, as our brains kind of open up to expand around new concepts, we are feeling it in bigger ways that are becoming more tangible to our senses. Okay. So, it's a merging of that. So, it's a big deal. This is a big deal. And it's important to remember that this is what's happening right now. Okay. So, that is your um, fire card. Oh, let me just write this one down too. This is um, 8 water. Okay. And lastly, we have the um, desert, the bonus fourth card for this morning. Let's see what that one is. I don't think a bunch of you chose desert, did you? Were you confused by the fact that I did four of them? I'll tell you what, I'm super weird this morning. All right. Let's see. All right. Well, this is going to be great. So, the elements in tarot are the minor arcana, and then we have the major arcana. And this last card, the desert, is number 2, the maiden. Okay. And this is kind of what's coming through with this card is that while all of the 3 cards we've had prior, the 3 we just had, are like elemental and movement cards and just kind of signify this like transformation period. This card, the maiden, for those of you who chose desert, but for everybody too, this is a marker of a new era, a new, I want to say epoch. I don't know if that's the right word, but I think epoch. It feels like that. It's a brand new chapter, to oversimplify it. And that means it's a shift of collective energy and baseline energy. It's like, imagine like we were in a country music song. But just imagine like the sound of it, the way that it feels, the vibe of that country music song. Okay. And now today we're waking up and we're moving into a piece of classical piano music. So we're moving from one piece of music into the other. So the vibration is completely different. The tone is completely different. There's no vocals in this one unless you're adding. And again, it's a little bit of like a whoop because it's like, whoa, one moment we were like riding around in a Chevy on the red dirt roads. And now here we are, seated and listening to this beautiful classical composition. There's nothing wrong with the country music era, but this is different. It requires different skills from us. It requires different senses to be more open and more receiving. It requires us to even like walk differently and touch things differently, right? When the music changes, the mood changes. And that's what I'm feeling for this card. This is a movement into a much more deep connection with the natural cycles of the world. And that's also what's kind of happening to us that we talked about in the beginning when we were talking about the cycle, the moon cycles and getting your period at different points of time and that frequency dial going back and forth, trying to find that clear channel. That's us right now, trying to find that clear channel that reconnects us back into earth energy as earth beings, as cyclical beings, as beings that are meant to steward and to support and to what's this word? I don't have the word. To steward, support, and also grow. We're meant to grow and better this earth and make it stronger. So, moving back into that kind of an energy, it's like the frequency is so different, and we're not really having like the country music didn't just like end and then there was like a space of time where we got to kind of collect our thoughts about that and like, oh yeah, okay, that was good before the new music started. It's like boom, boom, right? It's like this is done and now this is started and here we are, Sagittarius season. How are you going to react to this new frequency? Spoiler alert, you're already prepared to be completely in tune with this new frequency. Just remember that. That's the whole point. You are being finely tuned into this new frequency. That's why the old one, that's why the country music frequency doesn't work for you anymore because you're being changed to work with a new frequency. So if I could just leave you with one piece of information for Sagittarius season, that would be it. You are being tuned for a new frequency that is now playing. So you have a choice. You can allow yourself to be there, or you can say, but I miss the country music and I kind of want to listen to that again. And it's going to feel real weird in your body. So, again, your choice, but that's the shift that's happening right now. So, whew, all right. Well, my friends, thank you for joining me this morning. It's going to be quite a week. I'm looking forward so much to seeing you guys in person this coming Saturday for Small Business Saturday at House of Yoga in York. I will be doing quickie readings, 15-minute readings. You can pre-book those if you like by using the link in my bio. I'll be doing them from 11 to 2 this coming Saturday. I'm also going to have some really beautiful altar boxes that you can use for card pulls that are going to have beautiful mushrooms and all kinds of things in there to purchase. So I'm going to be there. Come see me. And Jackie has so many amazing things to purchase there at House of Yoga as well. And tomorrow is going to be our intuition magic. We're going to do it on Tuesday. We'll keep it on Tuesday. And just click the link in my Instagram bio if you have that ability, and you'll see all the things I have coming up. I've got in-person events happening and lots coming on down the pike. And today is the start of the Black Friday sale. So look for that on my IG or download the Inner Sanctum app and you'll find it on the main feed. Have an amazing Monday. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you back here on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, guys.